Dear Jordan and Josh, as I'm sure you know already, I think a word to best describe how most people feel a majority of the time is stressed. I wouldn't have classified myself as that until a few weeks back when I randomly heard a song I would often listen to growing up. Where is this gonna go? She would never describe herself as stressed until she heard a song. I was filled with a rush of calm emotions I forgot I was capable of feeling. It awoke something in me as it made me realize how overwhelmed I've actually become in my late 20s. Okay, see, that makes sense. I understand life can't always be rainbows and butterflies, but I realized how I'm single with no major responsibilities. What do you think I could be doing during this time in my life to promote that emotion of calm? I've already set a time limit of only 30 minutes of screen time a day, which helps. And my older brother suggested I take a long vacation. He knows of my childhood dream to travel, and a part of me does just want to drop everything but buy an RV and travel. I have some money saved. I just want a life change and not be socially anxious anymore. What would you guys do if you were in my shoes? See, this is great. This is what you gotta say about this situation. This is exactly like if you've ever heard of the backwards law. People think, Josh, I'm probably gonna say something that you don't know I'm gonna say.
Okay.
The backwards law is that you get what you don't get what you want. You only get what you want when you don't do the thing that would naturally get you that thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe that.
So, like, for writing stories, for example, you don't make I made a podcast episode about this on the If Then podcast. I forget what the name of it is, what that episode is, dang it. But I did one on the backwards principle. And it's like if you're writing a story, you can't write a story that's this all-encompassing character because nobody will be able to relate to this character, even though you think that you're creating a character that's all-encompassing. So it'll draw in the most people. It's like 2.5 Men. It'll draw in the most people.
Yeah.
You need to limit your character to be like really very specific and kind of like quirky and like they're a specific person. And for some reason, people can find themselves in that more than a broad character. That's just to describe the backwards principle. You need to narrow down to broaden out. But with this person here is like, I am stressed. I need to find peace. What should I do to find peace? I need to buy an RV. I need to travel. I need to do this. I need to do my screen time 30 minutes a day. But when you just start making these like rules or these things to do to find peace, I've found that doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking about if I don't even know how old they are. Do we know?
Late 20s, I think.
Okay.
She said.
Like life now. You're gonna spend your whole. This probably won't happen, but I like to prophesy stuff. You know what I mean, Josh? But probably what's gonna happen is you found this new sense of peace, realize that you're stressed, but you're not actually finding like the real reason for the stress. It's just like, oh, I'm single. I have no responsibilities. Oh, I had this dream of traveling when I was a kid. I want to buy an RV. I want to travel for 4 years, for 5 years, and do all this stuff. But then, like, what does that do long term?
Right.
Like, do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Like, now you have no money because you know what I mean? Like, you've bought an RV, you've traveled, you spent all your money. So, like, yeah, maybe that brings you peace in, like, the short term, but, like, what does this long-term, you know what I mean?
I would think there's something to be said that when you turn 30, your brain just clicks into a gear and you start to start to think, hold on. What am I
Well, that's what we're trying
doing?
to avoid with her because she's not there yet.
Right.
But that's what I'm worried about. She's going to be on this, like, YWAM kind of search for peace almost, you know what I mean? I don't even know if anybody knows what YWAM is anymore. But you're going to go on this search for peace, and then you're going to come home, and you're going to be like, shoot, wait, I'm 30.
Yeah.
And I have nothing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I truly found this peace that I was looking for.
Yeah. It's tough because it's like if it's somebody looking like that wants to get married and do that stuff, and you just haven't found the person. I never know what to tell people when that happens because it's like, well, just hold on.
Well, I think that even this is going to be an unpopular opinion. Whatever, I don't care. But I think that everybody wants to get married. That's just in your DNA. how can you argue with that? I don't even know how you can objectively argue with the fact that, and if you don't want to get married, that means that there's something in your life that you haven't really dealt with that is making you, and you don't even understand, you don't even know why. Like, well, I have no desire to reproduce at all. To me, that's saying something. I know people are going to freak out. I've said this before, and people got a little upset.
I think in general that is true.
But very generally, that's
yeah.
That needs to be true.
Yeah.
In this for any of this to make sense.
Right.
Because if we go way too far in the other direction, now we have no civilization, which is where we're going now. So it's got to be swinging more towards my way than the other way, because we would nobody would be.
If you're going to make a hard and fast rule,
it should be over there. Assume the other way is right.
Right.
So yeah, when I hear that people are like, I don't really want to get, it's like, all right, well,
I don't really believe you. Yeah.
But oftentimes the people that are like that are the kinds of people that are saying that very like, I know. Like if I know anything in life, it's that I don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
And it's just like odd to me.
Yeah.
Why are you so sure of that?
Yeah.
Did something happen to you? Like, are you hurt in some way? Like, do you not have the greatest relationship with your parents?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just basic stuff, but
yeah.
So I don't know if that's what's going on with this person or not. But when I see a young girl who's like, I want peace, I want to travel the world and buy an RV because I saw people on YouTube do that.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I've thought of that. I want to buy an RV. I saw some people do these RV videos on YouTube. It's like, that'd be pretty sweet. But
they're expensive.
That's what I'm saying. This is a huge commitment. This isn't just like nothing. Like, those are expensive. And then you want to remodel them. You want to.
Well, I think part of her situation, she's just trying to figure out, like, how does she de-stress her life a little bit? Maybe in a way without making like a huge life change or something. She's already trying to be disciplined about her phone and stuff. And I get what you're saying about like, don't make 1,000 rules for yourself. But I mean, in general, that's probably. 30 minutes screen time. That's in this day and age. That's
I mean, you're barely texting.
You're barely looking to see what time it is.
Yeah, don't look at the time. And when you're talking on the phone, make sure it's up to your ear. Yeah. Make sure you're getting cancer, because if you don't, and you're doing
that counts as screen time.
That counts as screen time, Josh. So you can't win. It's frustrating, man.
I mean, I think life just gets more stressful as you get older.
That's what it just
and you probably you connected with a memory that reminded you of a time when you didn't have as much stress. You probably felt like you had stress back then, but now you're realizing, oh no, I made it through that fine. So now I can just look at it with rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
But if you think about it back then, you were probably pretty stressed out about things back then too, because you never know if you're going to make it through things unharmed emotionally, and you always end up being fine. So I don't know, take that same lesson to now and say, I'm going to be fine. I'm not a crazy person, so life is good. I'm going to do well. Mm-hmm. Even if I don't really know. I mean, that's something I have to tell myself a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how this is going to turn out, but I know that everything has turned out fine up to this point. So unless I'm just going to completely lose my mind or something, I guess this will find a way to resolve itself too.
Yeah.
Things always seem to turn out okay as long as you keep a good attitude and keep your head on straight and try to be nice to kind to other people.
Yeah.
And I guess what I mean is put other people's needs ahead of your own in a healthy way.
Yeah. in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it does seem like maybe it's just a perspective shift. And I've thought of this too. Like, life feels stressful. What do you do?
Yeah. And I mean, part of it really is like when you turn 30, you just got to start figuring out those life things, or you start to freak out.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're trying to. We don't. It seems like you're gonna go, and your 30s are gonna come, and you're gonna be traveling alone in an RV. And I don't want to wake up day one. Of that. I don't think that's gonna be a pretty sight.
Either make it a priority to start figuring out, all right, who am I going to spend my life with? It's just tough to do that, I know, because if then after you actually like commit to like making that a priority, you still can't figure it out, then you feel like, well, I guess I'm just going to be alone forever, when it really is just going to work itself out when it's going to work itself out. But I don't know. I just, I got married so young. I don't even know what it's like to be getting into my 30s and not knowing about all that stuff.
I know. That's what I
don't even know how to.
I don't know.
I don't even know how to think about it. So I don't.
I hope that answered something.
I hope we helped you.